Of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. The Chicago Bulls take on the Toronto Raptors today. Can the Bulls finally take advantage of a depleted team? We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
We in the place to be, Bulls fans, at Chicago Bulls Central. You know, the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. This game, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I come into this game and I'm definitely hopeful that the team's gonna take care of business, but there's something in the back of my mind as well that's a little bit worried if they will, right? There's just something about the Chicago Bulls when they face a team that's depleted that you just still look at it and be like, hey, bitch, don't fuck up. Don't you do it. Don't you dare. You're stupid. You're stupid. And that's what I'm worried about a little bit in today's game with the Chicago Bulls is they just crap the bed. And let's hope that that's not the case, right? You hope that the Bulls are going to be able to come in, take care of business regardless against an inferior opponent. But you never know if that's going to actually be the case with the Bulls. But you know, let's hope that it is. This is a team that is going to be missing really big pieces of the roster. We don't know if their new pieces are even going to be in this game yet. The Bulls have to just take care of the basketball. Rebound. Vooch. Jakopoto is out. The Vooch stopper is out of this game. Vooch just go in there and act like a damn center. Andre Drummond. Nobody coming off that bench it has the size that you have. Take care of business. Can we take care of business on the boards? Can we just do the simple things? Can we make routine? Can we just do the bare minimum, right? That's what hopefully this Bulls team is going to come in and take care of business with, man. I really hope so. You know, and let's hope that that's the case, and we'll see what ends up happening. Well, it looks like Bruce Brown is going to be playing in today's game, at least if this report is to be believed. So if that's the case, the only player they are going to be missing is Jakopoto. But they're still, listen, Scotty Barnes right now is starting at the 4 for the Toronto Raptors. The 4. He's 6'7". Come on. And that's not to disrespect Scotty Barnes in the season he's having, because he's having a great season. I love the way that Scotty Barnes is playing this year. But can we take care of business? Can we stand on business? Can we just do that as a team? Can we please come into this building tonight and stand on business? That's all. It's not hard. It don't take a lot. Just come in there and play and execute. You are the better team. The Chicago Bulls are a better team than the Toronto Raptors. Just stand on business. That's it. It don't take a lot to take care of business. We got Shay in the building. In today's game, Nikola Vucevic has no excuse. Jonte Porter should be made an example out of. Andre Drummond really doesn't have an excuse either. Facts. That's it. There are no excuses given in this game. Stand on business. That's it. That's all you got to do. You just got to stand on the business. That's it. Anthony Vargas in the building says, hope the Bulls win tonight. Hey, C-Red, you from your lips to God's ears, brother. Rob, injury report only has Poto listed out, so looks like Brown could play. Meanwhile, Bulls have a few on the injury report. Io and Drum play. Yeah, I mean, but listen, we still got enough to take care of business. Bulls game day today. Let's get this W. These games are the only thing keeping me sane, knowing Acme isn't going to make a single trade again this year, considering their track record. Listen, I hate it when people say that, and I get what you're getting at. I'm not coming at you. I understand, but not every GM makes trades every trade deadline. So, like, having that mindset. So basically, if you're going to keep that mindset, that would mean that you're going to say the Bulls are never going to make a trade at the trade deadline. Do people forget that we got Nikola Vucevic at the trade deadline? Do people forget that? So let's add that in that as well if we're talking about track records, right? Track records. We got Vooch at the initial trade deadline. Then we completely overhauled the team, so it made sense not to make a move at the trade deadline. Last year, there's no excuse for last year other than it seemed like there weren't really deals for pieces they wanted to give up. But, like, let's not act like they never made a trade deadline deal. Let's not do that. We've got to make some moves by the trade deadline. This team is stuck in purgatory. It's like the team is fine with mediocrity. I mean, listen, Jerry Reinsdorf once said, it's better to be number 2. JK, that's because Jerry and Acme are absolutely fine. No, I disagree with that. Again, we got to stop. Let's stop having just the fan mindset. yes, it would be nice to have a front office that makes trades every year. You're just like, look, our front office is rocking and rolling, and all that sounds good and feels rah rah. But at the same time, you got to understand what goes into it. Last year, the only pieces that the Bulls would have gotten moves back for were, yes, Zach LaVine, which at that point in time they didn't think they would come to what it came to. You weren't trading Vooch. There was no market for Vooch even as a preparing for unrestricted free agency. DeMar had questions around him. He was hurt last year. He had the hip injury. And then you see, even now, they still don't want to get rid of Alex Caruso. So let's be clear when we're talking about stuff. Let's talk about the whole story, right? Let's talk about the whole story. But there still is. I mean, I get where you're getting at, and there is validity in that too. But come on. Ben Eagle says, could the Bulls trade Zach for Malik Monk, Kevin Huerter deal with maybe adding Harrison Barnes? Yeah, they could, but let's not act like that's just a great deal. I wonder teams showing interest bruises his ego a bit. Pascal's finances were closer to Zach's, or do you think Pascal is a better player? Pascal Siakam is a better overall player than Zach LaVine. Their numbers, if you just look statistically, are very close. Now, we know what Zach can be when he's healthy. We haven't seen, besides the 14-9 shirts, we haven't seen a whole hell of a lot of that. But here's what I'll say is that Zach also has more years left on his deal, which could be a positive or negative depending on what the team is looking for. So I think that's a part in it as well. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I don't believe the thing that there's no trade market for Zach LaVine. I don't believe that at all. What's up, Haize? This is a bounce back game, so the Bulls need to play smart with mismatches. I agree with you, Quentin. Absolutely. Haize, I totally agree. We need to handle our just stand on business. That's it. Stand on business. TBO says, I love Scotty Barnes from the time he was in college. I mean, a lot of people do say, and there was no need for a no homo after that. There was no need for a no homo after that. But I definitely agree with what you're saying. Only way I'd be cool with them losing tonight is if they announce the Zach LaVine trade and we get a haul back for him. In other words, we better not lose. That's funny. That's funny. Lil Famo in the building says, Haize, we on TNT tonight. What we doing, bro? We on TV now. Listen, let's hope the Bulls don't lose on national TV, which they probably will. They definitely probably will. People have to realize there's a chance the Bulls may be preparing for a specific player to make a blockbuster move in the next couple of years. Well, here's what I'll say. The fact that we're hearing that the Bulls may be willing to move off of Lonzo Ball's contract lets me know that AK's trying to cook something. Doesn't mean that it'll necessarily happen, but that at least tells me that he's trying to cook something, because you don't look to move. That's just not what AK typically does. And but the fact that KC Johnson and now Joe Cowley have reported it, those are two of the guys that I don't really like. I think Joe Cowley's a hack, but those are guys that follow the team day in and day out. So always remember, people, when AK makes trades, he does them very unexpectedly. And something that you never thought of. Case in point, Nikola Vucevic trade. Great point there. Definitely great point there. MC Season in the building says, hey, Haize, I'm going through a tough breakup and it sucks, but I want to say thank you for your content because it's been helping me through. Well, thank you, bro. Listen, breakups suck, but remember this. On the other side of that, you're going to be a better person than what you were. You grow through pain sometimes, and breakups hurt. And I don't know what the situation were. Hopefully he wasn't out here cheating. I'm just joking. Let me not joke in a moment like this. But I will say this, little bro. Remember, you will come out of this and you will be better on the other side of it. That's not any question. It didn't kill you, so it's not going to stop you. And that's it, man. You're going to learn and grow. Learn and grow. That's it. Certification Poppy says, these reports that keep coming out about no trade market for Zach are the crap. It's so many teams that need a good catch and shoot player that they can create their own shot. It's ridiculous. What's good? Well, I mean, I think it's definitely also the fact of the size of Zach LaVine's contract, right? So that plays a part into it, but I definitely agree with you as well. I had a whole rant on that basically on Locked On Bulls today. So do you believe anything happens at the trade deadline with the Bulls, or we stand pat? Melvin, you got to start watching my pre-recorded. Don't just keep showing up to the live streams. I break all this down almost every time you come in here and ask a question. It just so happens I talked about it on the daily episode. You don't fuck with me for real, Melvin, and I feel it. And I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel about that, because that makes me feel away, because I know you don't fuck with me for real, because I post daily episodes. Almost 1,000 straight days of episodes. We are 44 days away, 43 days away from 1,000 straight days of me posting content, and you keep asking questions that I talked about on today's daily episode. I know you don't fuck with me. What's going on, bro? What's up? What's up? What we doing? What we doing? No, I'm just messing with you. But yeah, I talked about that today on today's daily episode, bro. I gotta mess with my people. Am I obligated to do a DNA test to prove that little Jabari is actually Mo? What are we talking about, fam? TBO, what are we talking about? Thanks for the kind words of wisdom. And luckily, no, it wasn't. It wasn't because she. I said because of you. I wasn't even gonna go there. Like, let's hope that she didn't cheat. But listen, things happen, bro. We've all been through bad breakups, and we all come out of it on the other side. Nenort in the building says, "What up, Haize? Hope you're doing well, brother. I'm mostly okay. Hey, Haize, let's hope we get this W. It's all care about blessings. Hey, let's hope that we can. I think Philly makes the most sense for Levine trade with their expiring contracts and picks, especially with Siakam trade to Indiana. Might inspire 76ers to get Levine. Could. That's a great point, Drew. I don't know if you mentioned it, but how would you feel if Acme does nothing at the trade deadline? They're either going to be buyers, sellers, or bystanders. That's the way that I look at it. That's it. Archangel says, "How are you today, Haize? I feel like your energy is a tad lower than you. You feel like my energy is lower? No, I'm good. I'm golden out here." Quentin says, "The 43 days away. Get those t-shirt designs submitted, y'all. Facts. We only got 2 submitted so far. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think one somebody tried to generate with AI and it's terrible. But listen, it is what it is. Y'all seen the report about DeAndre Ayton not showing up to work because of a little ice? Dude would not survive north of the border, bruh. He would literally. Could you imagine that in Chicago? I just think that Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter would be great role players for the Bulls with the added shooting, considering how good the Bulls were doing without Zach. No, I understand where you're coming from, Ben. I hope that they can get more. I hope that they can get more than that. I never been through no breakup because I just hit it, bro. What? I gotta proofread TBO's comments. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Sup, Haize? Don't be surprised if Zach ends up with the Heat, in my opinion, because Pat Riley missed the past couple of seasons with Donovan Mitchell, Bradley Beal, and Dame. Listen, type it out, big dog. Type it out. Since their finals run a few years ago, last year. I mean, we'll see. Do you think the Bulls need a shooter more or a big man? I don't think. Listen, here's what I'll say. I think with the way that we've seen the Bulls play, a 3-and-D wing that can also do solid enough passing, moving the ball around, I think that can help the Bulls a little bit more than a big man. But if you get a quality big man, maybe it forces Billy Donovan to change the play style a little bit more than what we already have. So I think, like I've said before, in all these type of deals, it just comes down to get the best talent that you can possible. That's really what it comes down to. My bad, bro. The lives be helping me vent. That's why you see me more on lives than other videos. I feel you. I listen. The way I look at it is that we got all bases covered, right? We got you on the pre-recorded videos, which are more insightful because I have more time to work through my thoughts. The live streams are more of a chance for me to interact with you guys, have a little bit of fun, talk my crap about the games. So listen, we balance it out here, and it is what it is. The fact of the matter is you still support. That's the most important thing. So do you think a trade is needed or the level of plays making up for it? But obviously, this offseason, something needs to be done. Well, I mean, I think something may need to be done at the trade deadline. Like, to me, if you can get anything back for DeMar rather than let him walk if you don't sign him to extension, you do that. Now, maybe the Bulls feel confident they can go to the negotiating table and they can pull something out. I mean, that's the risk that you play with going to letting it get to free agency. But maybe AK and Eversley, in their conversation with DeMar and his representation, feel confident in it, and they think, hey, even if we don't work something out in the season, we can work something out in the offseason. Maybe that's the case. What's good, Haize? Hopefully I can catch some parts of the game and not get pissed the hell off. Let's hope so. Bulls need a tall 3-and-D wing, AK not named Ben Simmons. That's funny. That's hilarious. Shay's in the building. What's up, young man? Says, I would love to trade Zach LaVine to the Toronto Raptors and get Gary Trent Jr., Chris Boucher, and now that would help us out a lot. That could definitely. My sister's talking mad shit to me about her Pacers. It's crazy. Now I brought her a Reggie Miller jersey last year for her birthday, Now we got to bet if the Pacers make the ECF. I mean, let's see how the Pacers look once they get it all on the court, right? On paper, that's a dangerous team, but let's see how it works out. Let's bring Thaddeus back. That kind of sucks now. Sup, sir? That hat fire. Where'd you get that hat? Also, our best chance of moving Zach to join a 3-team and the 3-team trade. It could be. That could be the way that it works out. This is a pro standard hat. I had to check it because I keep all my stickers on my new era hat. So this is a pro standard hat, which I should have known is thicker than most other hats. So yeah. By the way, all I'm telling y'all is next week we got new drip coming, and the new drip is fire. All I can say is the gratitude Jays, take that and picture that in a Bulls outfit. The drip is crazy. That's all I can say. The drip is crazy. We're bananas out here right now. If you can find the right squad for more win now pieces, I would try to send out both and get something back. Yeah. Hey, I agree with that. I agree. I just feel like DeMar is definitely going to want to leave. I mean, listen, I think that if you let DeMar DeRozan get to free agency, even if he plans on, even if he hits free agency with the mindset, oh, me and the Bulls will work this out, all it's going to take is one team. And it may not even, all I'm going to say is this, because they're doubling down on offense so much, what if the Indiana Pacers call DeMar DeRozan? What if they do that? What if the Philadelphia 76ers go look and be like, hey, we need a little extra scoring punch? It's all fun and games. It's all easy to think it's all going to work out until your player actually hits free agency, and then some of these other teams call them in and they're like, hey, man, listen, Joel Embiid would love to play with you. Like, how if you're DeMar DeRozan's agent and you're looking at the Chicago Bulls, even though Kobe White's had a great season, is really developed, and your agent says, hey, DeMar, Embiid really wants you to come to the Philadelphia 76ers. And you're looking at it, you're DeMar, you're 35 years old, your mortality's coming, you still have never won a title, and the MVP calls you and says, hey, DeMar, I would love for you to go ahead and come to Philly. We got good cheesesteaks here. They're not an Italian beef, but they're good cheesesteaks. I just think that can get a little bit more interesting than what people kind of think that it could be. So that's a risk that you play. Archangel says, I really hate small ball, but somehow our Lollipop Guild G League squad does okay. We look ridiculously tiny, though, kind of hate it. I mean, no, our G League team, well, I mean, yeah, Adama Sanogo is the starting center at being 6'9", but like you also got 6'9" Julian Phillips out there. And I think where we're seeing the NBA go, it's not necessarily about height. This is gonna sound like a pause, but I don't mean it to be a pause. It's becoming more about length. And I think if you have the wingspan to cover it, you're seeing teams be able to overcome that. So, that's what you kind of got to look at. Hey, it's great video on Locked On Bulls, NBA Central with the crew again. Great analysis versus other out here with clickbait during the trade deadline. The one thing I don't do is trade bait. I don't do trade bait. I refuse to do not trade bait. Clickbait. But I just refuse to do clickbait. I won't do it. I won't do it. Now, I'll make a thumbnail that it definitely will get somebody to click on it. But my content will never be like Bulls Digest, the whole, this is wild. This is crazy. And then you turn on the video and all they doing is speculate on something. There's not a shred of news in it. That's why we got Inside the Chicago Bulls up out of here. I can't do it. I can't do it. My pride won't let me do it. I have to buy a Tyler Halliburton jersey. Pray for me. Hey, see Red Nation. That's funny. Rob in the building says, Bulls got to watch out for Trent quickly. RJ from 3. They've been shooting well this year, and Barnes is going to be a tough matchup with no P. Will. Have they already said for sure that P. Will is not playing tonight? Which I'm glad. I'm honestly not mad at it, because rather than have him play and he plays for a couple of games, sits out for 3, just let him sit down and rest up. So Drew in the building says, if we did that deal with Philly and got Morris, Covington, Korkmaz, all the expiring deals, along with DeMar's contract expiring, I wonder if the Bulls will sign a big name with that money. Come on now. When's the last time the Bulls signed a big name free agent? Now, that's the thing that I have trauma on, is that I don't believe that the Bulls are going to sign. Anytime I hear, the Bulls, they're going to free up $25 million in cap space, and they're going to go out and get this guy. And yeah, they're putting together a package. They're gonna, by golly, they're gonna do it. I don't believe it. I at this point now, I'm a traumatized Bulls fan. I've gone through the we're gonna sign T-Mac, we're gonna sign Carmelo Anthony. I've gone through that. I've gone through we're gonna sign Chris Bosh, we're gonna sign Dwayne Wade, end up with Carlos Boozer. I've gone through that. I've done that, been there, done that. The biggest free agent signing that the Chicago Bulls had was Jabari Parker for a while. That should let you know that we celebrated the signing of Jabari Parker. That's how hurt we were for free agents at one point. Getting Lonzo, AC, and DeMar DeRozan got to be one of the best free agent signings since was Rodman a trade or was Rodman a signing? I don't even remember. I'm old. I don't remember. If Vooch has a bad game, I don't know anymore, bro. I don't even know who the Raptors center is anymore, unless right now it's Scotty Barnes. That's funny. That's hilarious. With all due respect, Indiana Pacers look good on paper, but remember, Pascal Siakam, but there goes Shay with this. But remember, when you think about it, just say it. Just Shay, we made a breakthrough last live stream. Stop prefacing your thoughts. Just say your thoughts. You got good takes, bro. Have more confidence in your takes. Do you remember, if you think about it, you're such and such? Fuck all that. We want to hear from your take. You know basketball. Just give us your takes. Pascal Siakam does make consistently plays when it comes time to win. Also, he struggles against smaller power forwards. That's a fact. That's a fact. Haize, I was with P Kid today, and we were talking about your drip, and now you got more drip. Oh my God, that's funny. You were with P Kid, like physically? I didn't mean that funny wise. I mean, like, you guys are actually kicking it. I know the Warriors are interested in Vooch, but those efforts don't have much worth being interested in. Any? Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. What up, guys? Watching the game right now, 3 a.m. Let's go. God damn, 3 a.m. You get your nap, because that's funny. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Hey, Haize, I have been loving the new video and production. You look like ESPN. Also, just realized I wasn't subscribed. Well, thank you for subscribing, Marcus. I appreciate that. And yeah, we're trying to up the production quality around this bit. Like that's the goal. That's what we're trying to do, and I'm really happy with it. I can honestly say that I'm really happy with where the channel was headed. You ask they'll tell you every year I add something new to the channel every single year. And that was the thing that I wanted to add for 2024. But shout out to Quentin from Let's Talk Bulls. He's the one that inspired me. I can't even deny it. He's the one that inspired me. I saw his overlays and I was like, you know what? By God, I gotta do it. We got 5'9" dudes on Windy City, multiple under. Oh yeah, I mean the guards. Yeah, we got super small guards in Windy City Bulls. Absolutely. Quentin says, Quintain, is that you? I want to pronounce your name right. My guy Haize, what to do, big bro fan, man? What's going on, fam? Glad to have you in the building, brother. If we draft Zach Edey, that's the big man. No, it's not. No. Listen, Corn. Nobody needs Zach Edey. Zach Edey doesn't need Zach Edey. Zach Edey is not going to make the NBA. It's not going to happen. So, like, come on, Corn. I thought we were past the Zach Edey bullshit, bro. I thought we were past it, man. What are we talking about? Kind of dreading watching the slow digression continue tonight because DeMar and Zach are playing my turn next ball and discouraging the entire rest of the team while Donovan strengthens his jaw. That's, first of all, that last part is hilarious. Bulls fans have been so disappointed in the past. We're happy with any moves at this point. Facts. Absolutely. Haize out here speaking facts. Bulls and big name free agents do not go together. Much respect to you on those facts. Listen, if they do it, if the Bulls sign a big name free agent, you guys already know I'm going to be here. I'm going to be talking about it. I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to lose my mind. That's it. Question, Haize. I know you don't like trade scenarios as much, but what team would you be looking at? Because I can see both DeMar and Zach gone in about 3 weeks. I expect this to be upcoming. You said it. I don't do that. Like, that's just not something I do here. Like, I get it, and I understand why people love doing it. Maybe I'll start letting the Steve-O come on and take over trade scenario videos, because I just don't do it. The way my brain works, and I think that I had to come to that realization. I'm such a literal person, and my brain works in literalness, is that it's hard for me to come in and cook up all these different scenarios because I'll be sitting there looking like, yeah, but why would this team do that? Yeah, they got the contracts, but would they really? But they got 15 free agents. Would they really do like? And I end up obsessing over it, and it drives me crazy. That's what happens. Little Family says, nah, Jabari, bro. Like, bro, come on now. Jabari Parker, they were definitely looking at it. Definitely looking at it. Be home soon. Game. It's game day. Come on, get in there. Get that game. Is P. Will back? I don't see anything at it. Will Purdue was traded for. I see. Once you said that makes sense. That makes sense. Supposedly they had employees trying to get to Ayton and they couldn't reach him. There was a definitely heavy icing in Orlando. Listen, I don't care. I don't DeAndre, I don't care about DeAndre Ayton. I really don't. And some people straight up thought that DeAndre Ayton, with the Bulls, should try to give up everything to trade for DeAndre Ayton. He is on a team where literally he has nothing but free reign to cook. Nothing but free reign. He's averaging 13 and 10. 13 and 10. And this was supposed to be a generational big man. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. Trade for Anthony Davis, draft Bronny Jr. First of all, Marcus, bro. First of all, Anthony Davis isn't coming back to Chicago. We shouldn't want him. Bronny James is literally going to be worse than Scottie Pippen Jr. And do you really want old man hairline James on your team? No, I'm good on all that whole scenario you just cooked up. Lay off the weed. Lay off of it. You got to tell your weed man, find you some better quality weed. Got to tell you got to do it. You got to do it. Let's be real. If we sign Grayson Allen, Bulls fan will start to make up stories about how it is. Oh, facts. Absolutely. Facts on that one. Was Jabari Parker a bigger signing than Washed Wade and Rondo? Yeah, because nobody cared when we signed at Rondo. Nobody cared. Now, he ended up playing big dividends for that team, especially in the playoffs, but nobody gave a shit when we signed Rajon Rondo. And the only reason people were excited that we signed Dwayne Wade, because it was the same offseason or the offseason after, I can't remember, that we gave up Derrick Rose and we had another Chicago guard in here. He said, Matthew, Jabari Parker said in his introductory press conferences, there's only been two players that got paid to play defense. And right when he said that, I was literally watching that like, come on, bro. What are we talking about? Haize it's the Sagittarius in you. We can't spend too much time in La La Land. The trade is either happening or we not talking. And that's really what it comes down to. Either the trade is happening, it's going down. I ain't talking about the shit for too much. That's just really what it comes down to. Smoke Dog says Patrick Williams is available. Shout out to Pat for being able to get back out there on the court. Shout out to Pat. Tools for trade scenarios, NBA trade machine, 2K, Googling NBA team salaries. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yes, he is. To me, he's a good player. I want Zach Edey. You know how I am. Now he got Purdue balling. I really like the kid. I mean, you also wanted D'Angelo Russell on this team. You thought he'd be able to replace everything Lonzo Ball brought. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. I love you. You already know we family corn, but you be tripping sometimes, my guy. I be tripping too. And we all trip sometimes. We need to play like a team, pass the ball. It opens up opportunities for open opportunities. We need to be on one tonight, and Kobe needs to drop at least 25, Zach 25 and more, and DeMar 22. Listen, I don't care about the points breakdown. I don't give a damn if Zach LaVine scores 3, Kobe White scores 13, and DeMar DeRozan scores 10. If it results in a win, that's all I give a shit about. I don't care. I don't come in this looking for players to have, so I don't give an absolute shit about that. Don't Zion and Giannis stating they wanted to come to Chicago with Giannis is not happening, but Zion. No, okay. See, this is where we got to debunk. Giannis said the exact quote was, "I always dreamed about playing in Chicago," which everybody his age group thought about playing in Chicago that was a fan of Michael Jordan. Then he specifically said, "Right now I'm committed to Milwaukee, but in the future, you never know." That's it. He never said that he was going to come play in Chicago. Like we got it. We got and Zion. Listen, Zion could not thrive in the city. You see what them beignets did to him down in New Orleans? What do you think Portillo's would do to him? What do you think Chicago style deep dish pizza? Because you know he's not going to actually eat what we eat, and that's tavern style pizza. His fat ass is going to go right for the deep dish, double sausage, add in some Canadian bacon in that bitch. We listen, listen. It's best for Zion's arteries that he does not come to Chicago. That's it. The only triple double he's going to drop at that point is a clogged artery and a triple bypass. We don't need that. Quentin, you can see Pat's importance when he doesn't play. That's a big fact. That's a big fact on that one. Seaway, Mr. Oh, that's not to me. You guys are having a personal conversation. You prefer Pat Will at the small forward or power forward? I mean, listen, the way that Billy Donovan uses the position, nothing really changes in that. So I know you don't do trades, bro, but watching the trio of you already left that. Haize said he ain't an addict like y'all with them parlays. He does not care who scores what points. I don't bet. I don't give a shit. I don't care if goddamn Io DeSumo scores 50 points off the bench to get us a win. Just get the win. Get the win. What up, Haize? Do you think Pistons would trade Ivy for Levine? Would probably have to take Wiseman on an expiring deal and Harris, who will be an unrestricted free agent. Ivy been playing great. I mean, that was the initial rumor kind of when this whole Zach LaVine stuff started. Jaden Ivey was one of the first players mentioned. The thing that I look at and say that if you pair, like, I guess coming off the bench, I guess, but like you can't start him and Kobe together, I don't think, right? I don't know. I was just about to say that D'Lo dropped 35 yesterday, LOL. But yeah, I'm good on D'Lo. That's funny. That's hilarious. Haize, you constantly dogging on the Nelly Ja Rule concert on Locked On kills me. Nelly came to Sugar Grove for the live golf tournament this year, and I couldn't be bothered to drive 20 minutes. Listen, for those that don't know, I lived in St. Louis for a long time. Shout out to anybody in St. Louis. They'll tell you, Nelly used to perform at the pageant all the time. Like you can literally come in, pay the cover, get in there, get you some drinks. They had really good wings. You can watch Nelly perform. It's trash. Never. You're stupid. Like, don't do it. Like, Nelly is terrible live. Terrible live. Absolute dog shit ass terrible. Don't do it. Don't do it. The last thing Chicago needs is fat ass Zion. Bro gonna have Portillo's once, and he gonna pay rent on the table. No, he's gonna open up his own Portillo's. That's crazy. Spicy Butter in the building says, what's good, little bro? Ready for a Bulls win. Hopefully, Billy Dumovan let Drum get more minutes. That's hilarious. That's hey, look, that's grade A wordplay there, brother. Grade A. Let's talk Bulls as well. Peace, y'all. I got this 7-mile ride in before the game. Seven mile, that's not bad. Unless you're driving on 7 Mile, then I gotta worry about you. Then I gotta worry about you a little bit. St. Louis has absolutely. Matter of fact, go down on the south side. It's Miss Kim's. It's right off Itasca and Grand. It's right at that corner. Literally the best Chinese food that you will ever have in your life with sticky ribs. I'm telling you. Listen, if you ever in St. Louis, Itasca and Grand, Miss Kim's on the south. Listen, it's in the hood, so don't go when it's dark out if you're scary. But great, best food, best Chinese food you ever have in your life. But I'm telling you, if you go there after 7 p.m., just be prepared because somebody gonna run up on you and ask you what school you went to. That's what we do in St. Louis. But other than that, they're good people. Good people. Vooch needs to focus on post presence offensively and defensively and try to stop shooting as many threes as Kobe. He's trying to play like a stretch big man when he isn't, to me, isn't 18, 10, 6. That's what I want Vooch. I mean, the thing with Vooch is that I think he takes threes because that's what the offense calls him to do. But I agree with you. You eliminate, let Vooch's three be a compliment to his post game, meaning Take maybe 1 or 2 threes a game in the flow of the offense. But go out there and beast up down low. I definitely think that can help. Everyone in here is more invested in seeing Dalen Terry hit threes so we can watch Haize flirt with alcohol. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm not going to lie. If we ever decide to replace Alex Caruso, Quentin Grimes would be a good player to replace him with, especially with him fitting our timeline. That's not. I don't hate that idea at all. Hey Haize, would you rather support the Knicks or go to the Nelly Ja Rule Ashanti concert for 10 hours? You can't make me do either. You would have to force me at gunpoint. And even then, you may have to shoot me. Because I'm never supporting the Knicks. Ever. And go to for 10 hours? For 10 hours, only if 50 Cent is in the audience. If 50 Cent go with me, I'll go to the concert, but he got to sit in the audience with me because that would be priceless to see. That would be priceless to see. Listen, they don't know nothing about them St. Paul sandwiches, Mark. They don't know nothing about them listen, but then you got to get the A-Fu Young gravy on the side to put a little bit on your rice. Get that pork fried rice. Listen, I'm telling you, matter of fact, I don't even know if it's only in St. Louis, but St. Louis got the duck fried rice. Listen here, but come on. What we doing? Come on, man. What we doing, bro? Duck fried rice? Come on, bro. Like, come on. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. St. Louis definitely has the good Chinese food. When I was a shorty, I lived there with my dad. They used to give them the red pepper packs. The little red pepper packs that is about this big. Man, listen, come on, bro. What are we talking about, man? I'm sorry, but every time we beat the New York Knicks, I say F with New York Knicks fans because they stay talking shit about Chicago. Listen, I tell you what though, I'll go to New York and get a dollar slice any day and be happy. Any day and be happy. Any day and be happy. We don't do Knicks. That's funny. Y'all convinced me with the St. Paul sandwich. Oh no, man, you got to get that same. And then listen, if the St. Paul sandwich ain't wrapped in just regular aluminum foil that you can get out of goddamn Dollar Tree, it's not hitting. Like the way they be wrapping that St. Paul sandwich up in just regular ass aluminum foil, they ain't got it. Ain't no presentation on it at all. They ain't putting it in no to-go pouch. They literally wrapping it up in aluminum foil, the same aluminum foil you can go in Dollar Tree and get, and it be fire. If it ain't in that, I'm telling you, it's you going to the wrong place. You going to the wrong place. Do folks really want Zion because his arches are collapsing? He's going to be an injury nightmare. Don't want to pay big salaries to wreck players no more. I feel that. I definitely feel that. Y'all making me want Chinese food right now. Haize F, man. Hey, listen, I'm telling y'all. That the two things that I miss about St. Louis. I don't care about nothing else. My mama, of course, three things. Miss my mama. Shout out to mom. I know she's not watching, but shout out to you anyway, mama. But it's the Chinese food and Emo's pizza. That's it. Oh, and every once in a while, gooey butter cake. Y'all know what a gooey butter cake is? Listen, I remember when I first moved to St. Louis and somebody put because you can't call it a slice, a square of gooey butter cake in front of me. I was like, man, what is this? I'm not finna eat that, bruh. And then I bit into it. Listen here, man. Listen here, fam. Listen here. Listen here. I'm telling y'all. Come on, man. What we doing? Jeremiah says 100% agreed, Haize. I've hated the Knicks all throughout the 90s, all the way through today. Let's go, Chicago Bulls. Oh, I ain't got no love for the Knicks. Not a single love for the Knicks. I like some of their players, but I ain't got no love for the Knicks. Thoughts on trading for Wiggins, Looney, and picks for Levine to add size and depth to our bench? Not happening. That's my thought on it. It's not happening. You don't miss sexy red. Hell no. She don't represent my city. What? Come on now. What are we talking about? What are we doing? What are we doing? But yeah, I'm telling y'all ever in St. Louis. Then, so if anybody who's been to St. Louis recently, it used to be a club called the Red Sea in St. Louis, but I know it got bought out like twice, and they changed. So people. This is how petty people in St. Louis are. Because if I'm not mistaken, the club that used to be called the Red Sea in St. Louis got bought, and then the person that bought it changed it to Blue Ocean. And I'm like, what are we doing? We blood and cripping over here? But then it got bought again, and it got turned into something else, and I don't know what it got turned into. I don't know the new name of the establishment. Wiggins' contract is a nightmare. Wiggins' contract actually isn't that bad. Let's see what Wiggins' contract is. Yeah, Wiggins' contract isn't that bad, bro. Keep in mind, next year is the last year on his no, not next year. I'm sorry. $26.2 million is not a bad contract in the modern NBA, where we're talking about we're literally going to start seeing $70 million contracts be a norm. So I don't think Wiggins' contract is atrocious. $24.3 million isn't that bad, bro. Isn't that bad? Man, F everyone in the chat bring it up. I just finished eating some pizza and now y'all making me crave Chinese food. That's hilarious. Bulls Knicks playoff series would be. Hey, listen, I'm trolling. My best friend, shout out to JB, is a Knicks fan, and I would troll him the whole entire time because I have to take a trip down to St. Louis one day for some Chinese food. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. It'll change your life, brother. Change your life. Reporting live from behind enemy lives in Brooklyn. No more dollar slices anywhere in the city. They're $3. Oh man, inflation got the dollar slice. That hurts my feelings, yo. Listen, I'll still pay the $3, but I'm telling y'all, anybody who's been in New York will tell you, a New York dollar slice, a $3 slice now, it slaps. Like it's something, it's greasy and all that, but it smacks. Like especially when you just been out kicking it, man. Come on, man. Listen, when I was in New York when I was younger, not the last time I was in New York is when I was 31, 32-ish. But before that, when I was in New York when I was like 21, 22 years old, I remember we had a 6-pack of Smirnoff Ice, the green apple Smirnoff Ice, and we had we kept getting dollar slices. So we would walk, get a dollar slice, hit a Smirnoff ice, keep talking some shit, go in a bodega, get your bodega snacks, get another dollar slice. We're knocking out another Smirnoff Ice. Come on, man. We did that all night. All night. Let's keep it real for a second, y'all. Patrick Williams deserves the same exact contract that Kobe White has now. I mean, Kobe's definitely going to be underpaid, especially if he keeps playing like this. But I don't know if you're going to get people to agree with that one. I don't know if people are going to agree with that. I think that's a little bit of a hot take. You should call in and leave that on the mailbag. Starters are out. Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Alex Caruso, DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Vucevic. That's your starting five for today, guys. That's your starting five. Matthew says, so what are your thoughts if we do get Wig? Hopefully he moderates or mad. What are you saying? He moderates or mad? He moderates or my brain's broken, bro. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. Excited, moderate, or mad. There you go. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. You're right on the trade scenarios. It's not worth the extra time if we're super analytical to waste on trade scenarios that may not even happen. I'm way too analytical for that. Way too analytical for that. Bath or Payne in the building says, I disagree with Shay. Pat would get paid if you let his ass hit the market. Some other team will turn him into an 18, 5, and 3 overnight. By the way, that cup's nice. You see that beautiful cup? You see that? Bulls everywhere. Branding everywhere. Big Disciple says, every day I'm looking for the Zach trade because I'm tired of talking about it. I just want to move on to develop our young players, get DeMar ass out of here too. I mean, a lot of people that agree with you on that. A lot of people agree with you on that one. Andrew Wiggins is too weak-minded. Jimmy Butler and his wife already proved. Okay. I don't know what side of town you're on, Haize, but Arnie's Pizza used to be on point on Sibley. Angelo's Pizza on what street was Angelo's Pizza on? I can't even remember off the top of my head. Can't even remember. Corn says, Shay, I agree with that. I already talked about that and left it on the mailbag. P. Will get the same contract as Kobe. Is there any chance Sanogo gets minutes considering the Twin Tower lineup has done well? No. I'm going to tell you that. No, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. All right, y'all. I love you guys, man. I'm about to go get ready. I got to eat, make these kids dinner before the game starts. I love you guys, man. We'll be back at the halftime hangout. Make sure you guys stay tuned in. Let's hope the TNT Bulls return, man. Guys, thank you so much. Make sure you're following the channel at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. BullsCentralPod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, 773-242-9. No, that's the Bears voicemail. 773-270-2799 with the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. Like I liked in everything on. Go Bulls. Love you guys. See Red if you can, y'all. Peace.